Hey guys, long time no see. We are back for the second episode of the 2-hour finale of Tyler Perry's The Oval on BET. This is season 1, episode 25, titled One of Us. So you guys, without further ado, let's get into this episode review. You know what I will say about this episode? I'm not going to talk about the ending just yet, but I will say that they left us with a cliffhanger. But okay, I'm cool with it. So the episode opens up where the last one left off at, with Me Too raping Jean. So once he finishes raping Jean, he apologizes to her. He's like, "I'm so sorry. Please don't tell anybody. I'll pay you. You will pay me, and you just raped me." Make it make sense to me. No. It's not going to work that way. So Jean was like, yeah, it's cool. So she tries to run out of the closet, and he runs right in behind her. Then they start to fight, and he had his hands on her throat and over her mouth. And I'm like, oh shit. He is about to kill Jean. And I was correct. He killed Jean. So in a panic, he stuffed her body up under the bed. I mean, shit, he didn't have much of a choice of what he had to do. So I'm like, wow. I wonder, has he done, because the way he was talking, it made it seem like he's done this before. And I really, truly, honestly wouldn't be surprised if he hadn't done it before. So then Diane, she is still mad at Donald. She's trying to, Donald is trying to calm her down. And she says, with all the things that I know, like, I could go to the press and tell everything I know. The kids hate them. Hunter and Victoria come to blows with each other, literally blows. He's sleeping with, whoever wears a skirt and panties around here. And then his dick is the size of a thumbtack. I said, oh, wow, size of a thumbtack. So she tells Donald, like, Donald, you got 24 hours to make this shit right. And I was like, is that a threat? You can take it however the hell you want to take it, Donald. But again, you got 24 hours to get my job back. Let's move on. All right, you guys. So this episode, I will say, was a little bit better than the last one. There was not a lot of repetitive dialogue or unnecessary scenes for me. So we see Victoria. So Victoria, she had been wanting Sam. I forgot to mention that in the last one. She wanted Sam to come in as soon as he got into work. So Sam comes up there to the residence, and she wants him to unlock Gail's door. So he goes in there and unlocks the door. So Gail comes out, sit on her bed, and Victoria's like, well, your grandmother's on her way, so you might want to get ready. And Gail says, I'm not going. Victoria says, you need to get your ass in the living room. You got two options, voluntarily or he will drag you. So Gail gets up and walks out. So Victoria asks him, so, do you have any kids? He says, no, I don't have any kids. She's like, I find it so hard that you don't have any kids. He's like, why is that? She says, because someone as sexy and that looks like you, like I can imagine, I couldn't even keep my hands off of you. I'm like, well, his wife can't seem to put her hands on him at this point. So we see that both Hunter and Ellie, like I said in the last one, are stupid. These fools had sex in the Oval, and I'm just like, really? Why would y'all do that? Like, y'all do realize that Diane just found a pair of panties hidden in the couch, and I'm still kind of confused as how did she know those panties were in the couch? Like, did she just stick her hand? Ugh. Like, who does that? Like, who goes somewhere that they're not familiar with and just sticks their hands between someone's couch? Like, you never know what you're gonna pull out. And no. So yeah, they both had sex. So Ellie is telling Hunter to get dressed. Hunter doesn't want to get dressed, and I'm just like, oh my God, he's an idiot. Sounds like another idiot that I know. So Donald enters the room, and when Donald enters, Ellie leaves, but Hunter still has no shirt on. So Donald tells him, like, she is not qualified. He says, she's very qualified. Hunter, we know she's qualified to sit on your dick and suck your dick. Like, we know that much. But she's not qualified for this job. And, Donald tells Hunter, like, Diane is pissed. And she's ready to tell what all she knows. And Hunter says, okay, well, it's up to you to, stop her. Do whatever you got to do. Control that situation, kind of like an Olivia Pope. I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. You're giving her job to someone that you just fucked that's not even qualified for the job. Like, now, I know she, went about things the wrong way with the panties. Actually, she really didn't go about things the wrong way. Yes, she did. She did go about things the wrong way with the panties. She definitely went the wrong way. Because when she asked Ellie to pull her dress up, no. Let's move on, you guys. Oh, fuck. All right, you guys. So next we see Sam. So Sam goes to the kitchen, and Priscilla's asking him, like, why are you in here? You very rarely come in here. And he says, she needed help. And, she's like, oh, she needed help from you. This is becoming an occurrence. And I'm like, Priscilla, how you getting upset when, again, what are you not doing? You not sucking, you not fucking, you not jacking, you not doing nothing to your man. Like, you ain't doing shit to him. So she in her feelings. So then she tells him that he's been an ass to her, and that's not making her want to fuck him at all. And I'm just like, whoa, you really tripping, Priscilla. And then she had the audacity to ask him, why is he so horny? Why is he so horny? He says it's been weeks. I'm just like, Priscilla, it just feels like you have no grasp of reality at this point. I get it, you might be tired. If Priscilla's going through something, she should tell him. Like, if you're going through menopause, if you have some kind of, if something's going on with your lady bits, tell your husband so that way he doesn't think that you're not sexually attracted to him anymore, because that would be the impression that I would think. I'm like, damn, so you ain't having sex with me. Are you not attracted to me? Are you having sex with someone else? Like, I would have so many questions for Priscilla, but she's the one in her feelings. Okay, I'm baffled, befuddled, dumbstruck, a lot of shit. So Nancy goes and talks to Richard, and when she comes in, Richard still wants to know who is the father of Picky. She says that she's not telling him. He says, you know what? I had a feeling you were gonna say some shit like that, so that's why I packed your shit. It's right there, so you can leave. She's like, how did you pack? How did you even do that? Because you are in pain. She said, did Barry help you do that? He says, nope, it was all me. She says, I am not going anywhere, Richard. He says, okay, if you insist on staying, I'm gonna make your life a living hell. And I was like, ooh, uh-oh. He said, you're gonna make her life a living hell. And honestly, you guys, I believed the shit out of Richard. I believed Richard. Nancy, just leave. Just leave, or either tell him who the daddy is. Hell, tell him Sam's the daddy. Y'all can't do a DNA test. Picky's dead. Well, once y'all actually, you know what you can do? You know what you can do? After the funeral, tell him who the daddy is. Tell him Sam's the daddy. I don't give a, just tell him Sam's the daddy. Let him be mad at Sam. Let him be mad at Sam. It ain't shit that he can do. He can't be like, I want a DNA test. The only other way you're gonna get a DNA test is if we exhume that body, and I'm not gonna okay nobody to dig up my son's, dig him up. So that could help you. Wait until after the funeral. Tell him who the daddy is. And if he wants a DNA test, tell him he can't get one. Because again, what you ain't finna do, you're not finna dig up my child just to get a fucking DNA test. Trust and believe me when I tell you that. If you don't want to believe me, that's on you, motherfucker. Let's move on. Okay, you guys, so there is one scene that really did annoy me. And I'm gonna tell you guys why why it annoyed me. So, Victoria and the Spawns are waiting in the living room for Maude, who is Victoria's mama. So Maude comes in, and oh my gosh, that scene was so hard to watch. It was so hard to stomach because Maude's acting was terrible and atrocious. I have never, I mean, we talk about Barry's acting being bad and Nancy's acting being bad. Maude's acting was, and I don't know how you can get any worse than Barry and Nancy, but Maude's acting was terrible. You know, a part of me wants to blame it on the script, but then a part of me is like, even if you get a bad script, you can still work with it and make it decent. It might not be the best, but you can make it decent. There was no anything that I could say that was decent about this scene. I mean, she is a bitch, and I see where Victoria and Gail getting it from, but God, her acting was so fucking terrible. And it's so funny the fact that Victoria is terrified of her mom. Like, it's funny. And I'm with Gail, like, because Gail ain't with her grandma bullshit. Gail's basically like, fuck you, old lady. I don't give a fuck about you. And I'm on the same wavelength as Gail. So then we see Priscilla. So Priscilla returns to the kitchen where Sam is, and she's making fun, saying that when Maude walked in, the mood just changed, and Sam was like, "Don't make fun of them. Like, don't do that." It's like, "Oh, you defending her now." So then Victoria calls him. She says, "Your girlfriend is calling." And when he goes in there, she says, "I don't need you. Well, I don't need you right now." He says, "Okay, so are you okay?" She says, "Oh, I'll be fine." And they talk for a little bit. He asked her, "So, is it the kids?" He says, "No." He says, "So what is it?" She said something about running. I didn't understand the whole semblance of running, but if y'all did, let a nigga know. But let's move on. All right, you guys. So next we see Barry. So Barry is somewhere. Don't know where Barry is. So then he gets a phone call from Sam, and Sam is like, "So what did you want to talk about?" And Barry's like, "Well, Uncle Sam, what I want to talk about, we need to have a face-to-face conversation." And Sam is like, "Well, it's a busy night here." A busy night? Wait a minute. So I'm assuming, I'm just going to assume that this is maybe late afternoon, I guess. I thought they were the morning shift. How much time has lapsed? Because this is a continuation of episode 24, and in episode 24, it was morning time because Priscilla was cooking breakfast, but now Sam is talking about it's going to be a late night. So has a full 8 hours passed? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Get yourself together. So Sam asks Barry, what is he doing? He says he's watching some of them rackadoochie clowns. So Sam tells him, like, okay, so once I do get a chance to meet up with you, I'll reach out to you and let you know what's up. So he says, cool. So they hang up. So then Barry gets out the car and he chases after some of the rackadoochies, and he runs up on Ruth. So he asks Ruth, like, where's our daughter? At first she said she couldn't tell him. He says, where the fuck is our daughter? Then she says she's with the highest. He says, well, where's the highest? She says, I can't tell you. So then Barry kidnaps her ass, and she's screaming and telling saying, no, I don't want to go. But then the people are just watching him take her. One dude did come toward him. He says, back up. I'm like, it's like 10 of y'all and one of him. All y'all got to do is jump the nigga, and that's it. But whatever. Funny as hell. So then a lady named Helen comes and tells Sam that Victoria wants to talk to him. So, he goes to the bedroom where Victoria is, and Victoria has on her negligee. I'm like, oh, Victoria. So, she starts coming on to Sam, and I'm like, Sam, take the bait. Because at this point, Priscilla ain't giving you none. Take it, Sam. Take it. 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 Take it for real. Like, take that shit. Take it. Take it like a man. So, Victoria starts coming on to him, and she was like, oh, you're getting on hard. And it's bigger than I thought. I'm like, oh, I was here for it. I'm sorry. Me, if I was in the situation that Sam was in, because Victoria did get down on her knees, I would tell her, nah, you come up, get on that counter, spread them legs, slide in home base, and just beat it up. That's all the whole time I was watching the episode, I kept telling, the whole time I was watching the episode, like I literally kept saying to Sam, beat it up, beat it up, beat it up, beat it up. I kept telling him to beat it up. Like, shit, she offering it to you. She is offering it to you. So I'm pretty sure she's not gonna say you raped her. She is a willing participant. But Sam is a good guy. I'm gonna give him that. Sam is a good guy. But it's only so much a good guy can, take when your wife ain't giving you shit. I mean, damn, at least, like, she could at least get a nigga a hand job, a blow job, a foot job. She could buy a toy for him and use the toys on him. Like, I mean, it's a lot you could do, but let's move on. All right, you guys, so we are starting to wrap this episode review up. So we see Diane. So Diane finds out that she was wrong about the whole panty situation with Ellie. She finds out that they are for a dead girl. So then Ellie comes into the office and she tells her, like, hey, bitch, you got to pack up your shit and get out. Diane says, you don't know who I am, obviously. She says, oh, I do. You're an old, unemployed bitch. I'm like, damn. So then, Diane, she stayed true to what she said to Donald. She went to the press room, and she told them everything. She told them that she was fired in place of her aide, who the president only gave that job because she gives good head. And then she says that, she ran a DNA test on some yellow panties that belonged to a dead girl. And they had some brown, pubic hair from a white male. Kind of speaks for itself. And then she says that, the president has not read any briefs. He has not taken any, meetings or anything because he's too busy, going around the White House chasing some ass. And then she went even further. She said, oh, here's my replacement now, Ellie. She says, do you want to come up and talk on the microphone? She said, I'll clean it off after you talk. She says, but I have one question for you. Did you rinse after you swallowed? My face just dropped. I was like, oh, did you rinse after you swallowed? So Hunter's jetting down the hallway, and Donald's like, no, we're not going to do that. So they go back to the Oval. And much like our dumbass president that we have currently, he loves to fire people. Well, Hunter fired Donald. So Kyle is in there with Hunter, and he is defending the hell out of his man, saying that Donald can fix this. And, he says, we'll fix this. He says, so what you gonna do? Make her disappear? Excuse me, y'all. And also, in that conference, Diane made a point to say, hey, I'm fine. Like, I'm in good health. I keep my physicals and stuff done. So if something happens to me, look into that asshole. So, I mean, the ending of the episode was like the shit. So Donald, he said, not Donald, but Hunter says, okay, Donald's not fired after, Kyle begs the police for his man's job. Let us move on, you guys, because God, that was the ending. The ending made of everything for me, to be honest with you. You know, Maude's terrible ass acting, but let's move on. All right, you guys. So, Alan, you guys, I know, I know people don't believe that there's a relationship between Alan and Ellie, but I do think that there's something there. Because why would Alan get so upset about what, Diane said about Ellie? Because he went to Ellie to check about that. So Ellie says, you know what, I'm going to fix that. And Donald comes in and says, no, you're not. She says, oh, but yes, I am. She tells him, I have her medical records. You know, she is taking bipolar medication. She smokes weed. And Donald says, where did you learn this stuff from? She says, oh, I learned it from her. So then, she goes and she does her press briefing and she uses the medical records against Diane. I'm like, wow. So Kyle tells Donald that she got the job back. He says, how did you do that? He says, what did you do to have to get that back? He says, I'll probably have a sore throat in the morning. He says, not funny. I'm like, oh, jealous. You don't want your man to sleep with nobody else. And then Kyle says, I'll see you later in the night. He says, absolutely. All right. So then let's close the episode out. I'm laughing about one thing, and I'm gonna tell you guys why I'm laughing in just a minute. So another of the maids, her name is Laura. She comes and asks Priscilla has she saw Jean. She says no, because she's like, when is the last time Jean has been seen? Well, the last time anyone saw Jean was when she was packing up the kids' room. I'm not laughing about that, you guys. I'm not laughing about Jean being dead. I'm laughing about something else. Again, I'm gonna tell you guys in just a minute what I'm laughing about. Okay, so we see Victoria. So Victoria is still on her knees to Sam, and Sam is telling her no, and he's about to leave. She says, your dick is still hard. You might as well just come home and let's get it in. I'm like, Sam, she is giving you the puss on the silver platter. Take it. But he didn't. But he walked out. And when he walked out of the bedroom, Priscilla saw him. She's like, you never go in there. What are you doing in there? And now she's at the point where she want to give him some, talking about what she's going to do when they get home. I'm like, Priscilla, you might be a little bit too late for that one. She says, talk to me. Turn and look at me. He couldn't, but he finally did turn around and she notices that his dick was hard. She's like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, your man was about to get some from Victoria. So then the reason that I'm laughing, so Laura goes into Jason's room to clean, and she notices that it's not cleaned up, and she's like, this girl. I'm like, that girl. Mm-mm. So Laura, I don't know what made her go look under I know she hit something under the bed, but did she hit her foot or something? So she looked down, lifted up the sheets, and there was a dead Jean, and she started screaming. That's why I was laughing, guys, because her scream was so terrible. That scream, I couldn't get over that scream. The scream made me laugh uncontrollably. So that's the cliffhanger that they left us on. Laura finding Jean's dead body. So you guys, that is it for season 1 of The Oval. You guys, as much as I rag on the show and joke about some of the stuff, I will say that this has been it is a good show. I just wish that the writing was a lot better than what it is, but we gotta take it for what it is because it's a Tyler Perry production, and I'm not I know that was shady, but it's not it's a good and a bad thing. I had a conversation with a friend about Tyler Perry. Like, I'm never going to knock him at all. Like, no matter how bad some of his shows, some of the writing is for the shows, I'm never going to talk super duper bad about him. I'll just give critiques, but I have to commend him for what he does for us as African Americans. He is employing so many African American actresses who otherwise probably wouldn't have some of the roles that they have. So I do want to say, I want to commend him for that, for sure. Just that is amazing in itself, that you employ so many black people, whereas so many black actors and actresses can't find jobs. So, or they get stuck in a stereotypical role. Now, I will say with him, he does, when it comes to him writing women, I will say that that is very stereotypical, because you write women as if you write women as they're depicted by the media, that they're angry black women. Not all black women are like that. Like Victoria's an angry black woman, Veronica Harrington is an angry black woman, Candace is an angry black woman, Diane is an angry black woman. Like, I think he needs, and that's why I say, I think he needs a writer's room, because there are different depictions of black women. My mother, for instance, my mother and my grandmother, not angry black women at all. So I think that's the one thing that just kind of annoys me about his writing just a little bit. I applaud him for hiring black people and black women more specifically, but you write them too stereotypical. Either they're the angry black woman or they're the overt religious black woman. There's really no in between. I don't see much of it. But that's it, you guys. I'm done talking. I'm gonna get off of here, edit these videos and upload them for you guys. Be sure to like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification button so you guys are aware of when I drop anything else. Share this video, and until the next one, you guys stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, and I will see you guys later. And I do know that season 2 is filming pretty soon, because Karen talked about it. So I do know that season 2 is going to be filming soon. So I'm pretty sure that season 2 will be back to us by the fall. But that's it. Later, guys.